Yeah, so good morning once again. And today let's discuss something I read in a book by Deepak Chopra. This book I recommend everyone. It's a must in your library. If you have a library और नहीं भी है तो ये book को आप खरीद के रख लीजिए. You will thank me. It's called The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success. So I first read this book back in 2010. I must have read it multiple times. It's a very small, thin book. ज़्यादा नहीं कुछ 100 पन्ने होंगे करीब and that's a very small sized pocket book. But uh, I still feel that I need to reread again. It's that impactful, and it's about certain laws what Deepak Chopra has identified and put it in his own words. And one of that, the seven laws में एक law है law of karma. Okay, so I believe everybody must have heard about a law of karma. So anybody wants to like explain in their own words what is their understanding of law of karma?
What you sow, you get, and
Yes.
karma is a bitch. And sometimes people say that इस जन्म में तुमने कुछ गलत किया ही नहीं. So it's not that it's there in your intentions can be good, but unknowingly you can be hurting somebody. Or there are karmas like I don't know the meanings, but past karmas also come into play. So I think there are three kinds of karmas. So I've read it, but I don't remember it exactly.
Okay. So, yes, but you hit the nail on the head. It is what you sow is what you reap. This is the crux of law of karma. So what do we sow now? Let's go into the details of what do we sow. How do we sow? चलो, what do we sow से ज़्यादा how do we sow? कैसे हम करते हैं? How do we sow our karmas? या how do we? Yeah,
Good
through
actions.
one is actions. Okay. पर actions के पहले क्या होता है अंजना आंटी? Actions तो बहुत बाद में आते हैं. What is the first step in
Thoughts.
life?
Our
Thoughts. Okay. Yes. So we sow through our thoughts. और कैसे होता है? Thoughts के through हो सकता है और कैसे कर सकते हैं? How can we sow the seeds of karma? One is through our thoughts. Second is through our actions. Okay. Actions भी है. Words also. Okay. So what we think, what we speak, what we do. These three things, both in our thoughts, words, and deeds, are like threads of net we are throwing around ourselves. This is a very powerful line. This is from the book only. I repeat, our thoughts, words, and deeds are like threads of net we throw around ourselves. And everything जो तीनों चीज मैंने बताया आपको, thoughts, words, and deeds, these are all choices. We have to understand that if you go in deep into the law of karma, it's all about choices. Choices we make every living moment. So every choice that we make logically has a consequence, right? Yes. तो जो भी हमारा choice है सबका एक कोई ना कोई consequence होता है. There is no choice without any consequence. But unfortunately, what is happening today is that most of our choices are made unconsciously. So, in the words of Deepak Chopra, we have become like bundles of conditioned reflexes. So, has anybody heard about the Pavlovian theory? किसी ने सुना है about the story of a dog? So let's understand. Pavlov was he was a scientist who like discovered this thing that whenever you give a dog something to eat when a bell rings, suppose एक bell ring किया and आपने कुत्ते को कुछ खाने के लिए दिया तो कुत्ता उसको खाने लगता है. What happens after some time is even if you ring the bell and you don't give the dog anything to eat, he will start salivating. He will start expecting food, and the digestive enzymes and everything will come in his mouth. So even we have become like that, that we have become like bundles of conditioned reflexes, and we are constantly being triggered into preset patterns. Okay, को example देना चाहेगा like how we have become bundles of conditioned reflexes. अगर मैंने किसी की बुराई कर दी अभी, नवमीत आप क्या क्लास चलाते हो और खाली योगा क्लास चलाते हो, खाली आसन कराते हो, कितनी खराब क्लास होती है, कुछ फायदा नहीं होता है, लोग बीमार पड़ रहे हैं, ऐसा हो रहा है. How will Navneet feel? Navneet, how will you feel if I starting abusing you? How will you feel? she will feel offended, she will feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, कि इसने 10 लोग के सामने मेरी बुराई करी, ऐसा किया वैसा किया. So but she had a choice, either to feel offended or to ignore it, right? तो उसके पास choice था, right? But what is happening is, through our conditioning, through our past conditioning, through society, through our teachers, through so much of what we have went through in our life, we have been like programmed to respond in a certain way without thinking about the consequence, or without understanding that we still have a choice. So at every point in time, like बोलते हैं ना, we are infinite choice makers. We are in a like बोलते हैं ना कि infinity of choices are there every living moment. How powerful is that? And you can bring the entire process of choice making into the conscious realm. Right now, it is all unconscious, but we can bring it entirely in the conscious realm. It's so empowering, this law of karma, that बोलते हैं ना कि you can write your own destiny. What is that? ऐसा नहीं है कि हम भगवान बन गए and we can influence the consequence, but what we can do is influence our choices, because whatever we are today has been the result of our past choices. So what does this mean? That whatever you want to be in future will be the result of the choices you make every living moment. So law of karma is all about choices. It's about conscious choice making in the moment. This is law of karma. It is, yes, what you sow, what you reap, that is the outcome. But rather than focusing on the outcome, let's focus on the process. That how can we, बोलते हैं ना कि past karmas are not even in our hands. जो हमने past में किया, about past lives, or so many years that went by, that is not in our hands. But what we can do today, we can sow the seeds of what outcome we want. Suppose you want a sweet fruit, you can sow the sweet seed of a sweet fruit, but don't expect that you want a sweet fruit and you will sow the seed of a sour fruit and you'll get a sweet fruit. That's a very foolish thing. Hmm? So now the question is, how do you make the choices? This is the most interesting part of the book. What Deepak Chopra did is he gave two-step process, that how can you, and I just extended that as per my own experience. So first, there are 5 questions you need to ask. If there is a something life changing choice, या if some कोई choice है आप नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, or even the small choices also, so this should be a part of your subconscious, that how to make choices in life. Okay, so first is, what is the consequence of this choice that I'm making? This is the first question you ask. You can write this down, it's very powerful. So what is the consequence of the choice I am making? Next, another powerful question is, will this choice bring happiness to me and those around me? कि मैं जो ये एक्शन लेने वाला हूँ, इससे क्या मुझे खुशी मिलेगी और मेरे आसपास जो लोग हैं उनको खुशी मिलेगी? So these two were by Deepak Chopra. I just added a few questions myself. What I do if I am faced with a dilemma of choices: is this effortless? Is this choice effortless? I'll put this up in the group also, Ramgal. So first was, what is the consequence of the choice? Second was, will this choice bring happiness to me and those around me? Third was, is this choice effortless? Fourth is another very powerful thing, mm, that if God is watching me, or if God is with me, will I make this choice? I hope सब भगवान को तो मानते हैं, at least that there is some creator and there is some energy that is running the universe. So if that God is watching me, जैसे सीसीटीवी कैमरा होता है तो लोग गलत करने का कोशिश नहीं करते हैं, राइट? जैसे सुपरमार्केट्स में सीसीटीवी लगाता है कि कोई चोरी नहीं करे. तो जस्ट इमेजिन देयर इज अ इमेजिनरी सीसीटीवी कैमरा, okay, who is noting down all your actions, all your thoughts, all your desires, all your words, whatever you do, उसका एक लेखा जोखा मेंटेन हो रहा है, everything is maintained. And that is a perfect accounting system, law of karma. Okay, so कोई इससे अछूता नहीं है. Don't think that you can get away. Whatever choice you make, you have to bear the consequence. So if God is watching you right now, will you make this choice? It's a very powerful thing. Next is, this is from yoga background, and that is, this choice out of ignorance or knowledge? For example, most of you coming to this class now realize that junk food is bad for our health, that processed food, that ultra processed food is bad for our health. ये हम जो बहुत ज्यादा शुगर खाते हैं या बहुत ज्यादा फ्राइड फूड खाते हैं, खराब है. But still, if you make that choice, so that is out of ignorance, wrong knowledge. So there is something called as wrong knowledge, which is ignorance. There is something called as right knowledge. So आपका जो ये choice है, उसके roots कहाँ पर है? Where are those roots? Are this coming out of wrong knowledge or right knowledge? And last, since you are bio individual, so something which is right for me can be wrong for you, and vice versa. It is right for you but wrong for me. So the choice that I am making, last question, the choice that I'm making, is this in alignment with my GPS? GPS matlab life goals. The GPS is a common term that we use in our classes for our life goals, for our mission and vision in life, our purpose in life. Whether this choice is taking you closer to your goals or taking you far away from your goals. For example, my case. Okay, so I want to be a health coach, I want to be a teacher, but if I stop taking the classes, if I stop counseling people, so that will take me away from my life purpose. My life purpose is to serve. It gives me a kick when I help people. It rejuvenates me, right? So whatever is your life purpose, the choice that you are making, is this taking you closer to your goals or is it taking you away from your goals? Simple, this six-step formula. Hamisha, never you will go wrong in your choices. Because every choice, बोलते हैं ना कि there is a painting of your life, and every choice that you make is either a brush. आप उसमें है तो अच्छे से brush कर रहे हैं, or you are scribbling, जो बोलते हैं ना, you are scratching that painting. आपके ऊपर है whether you want to draw a beautiful painting or whether you want to like उसको बोलते हैं ना just you are just scratching that every moment. So what kind of like life will you have, or what would be the result of the choices that you make every living moment? It's all in your hands. You can bring the entire process of choice making from the unconscious realm to the conscious realm. So how do you do it? अब बोलेंगे यार हर एक choice के पहले थोड़ी इतना सवाल करेंगे ना. You will go mad if before every choice, if you go through this six step process, you will go mad. So what Deepak Chopra says is, whatever you choice you make, if you are aware, there will be certain sensations in your body. हमारे बॉडी में कुछ sensations होते हैं. So that sensation can be either a sensation of comfort or a sensation of discomfort. Okay, so suppose you want to make a choice, and अंदर ही अंदर दिल गवाही नहीं दे रहा है आपका, कि आपका दिल बोल रहा है कि नहीं यार, this is something wrong, or this will not make me feel good, or then don't make that choice. And if you are 100% comfortable that whatever choice that I'm making, that will make me feel good, that your heart, your intuition, see, listen to your heart. The heart is like, there is universal intelligence within you. So listen to your heart, what your heart says, whether this is right or this is wrong. And for the big life decisions that you want to take, go through the entire six-step process. Then see how your choices, how the choices that you make will bring success and happiness to others, and also success and happiness to you. Because बोलते हैं ना कि whatever you do, whatever actions you do, returns to you in like kind. जो भी हम करेंगे, it's like a boomerang, and it's a perfect accounting system. There is बोलते हैं ना, no karma, there is no debt in this karmic law that goes unpaid. You have to pay every debt. So be very mindful of your thoughts, of your deeds, of your words. It's very important. Now, suppose um, Harpreet, yeah, Harpreet spoke about something called as fast karma. Now, suppose you're not aware of our choices. Our choices are so important, and consciously, unconsciously, we did something wrong. Okay, so you have to pay the debt. But there is also a way to transmute that. कि how to dissolve that karma. This is also from the book, so I strongly encourage read this chapter in the book. जिनके पास book है, so there is a way what Deepak Chopra has taught, that how do you transmute that how do you release that karma. So how to release the karma, what Deepak Chopra says is that take the learning out of this first. कि what is what can I learn out of this experience? ये जो experience है, what is this experience trying to teach me? And secondly, how can you use this experience in helping others? I think the most powerful way to gain good karma is by helping others. मतलब कि through your own life mistakes, through your own experience. For example, take my example again. So I had this disease known as ankylosing spondylitis. Okay, so I devised a way how to manage it and everything and all the protocol and the exercise and the diet and the thought patterns and the routines, whatever I discovered through my teachers, through my own experience, through trial and error. So there is a very nice protocol that I have made, and so many people have succeeded out of it. I could have kept it to myself. Okay, so mera to ho gaya and this thing. But what I did, I just started teaching and I became a teacher and I did these courses and these classes and everything started. So I'm helping others also. So what I can do, I can take it a step forward. I can make a website, I can write a book, I can do some record some videos and help people all over the world. So this is one way what Deepak Chopra says is that you can use your life experience to help others, so that what mistakes that you have done, others don't do that mistake. That is one another way to dissolve your karma. To bolte na ki, in fact, the suffering that you have went through, you can turn that into a blessing. When you can use that, बोलते हैं ना वो जो कड़वा experience है, you can also use that for your spiritual upliftment. And बोलते हैं ना, whatever you do, this is again from the yoga background, dedicate it to the supreme. Think about every action, every thought, every deed that you do. Dedicate this. So this I learned in Vedanta also, from the Vedanta philosophy also, that dedicate that to the supreme. So suppose now if God is watching you right now and you are grieving something, you are complaining something. तो will you complain in front of God? अगर भगवान आपके सामने आप कभी complain करेंगे, कभी grieve करेंगे? Hmm? Obviously not. Hmm? If God is front of you, आप कभी चोरी चबाड़ी करेंगे, आप कभी कुछ करेंगे, या will you offer something wrong to God? Huh? We'll never do that. Because we are so blessed to have this power of memory and imagination, that we can bring everything that we are experiencing into the conscious realm. We can live our life consciously. How powerful is that? What differentiates us from the animal? Suppose if you pull a dog's tail, एक कुत्ते का पूंछ खींचो, will a dog be able to identify? He will start barking. उसको पता नहीं है कि क्या हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है. What's the intention behind it? It will start barking, it will start running, it will get fear. कैसे fear आ जाता है उनमें? हाँ? But what we are doing as a human beings, we have also become that bundles of conditioned reflexes. That if somebody abuses you, you feel bad. If somebody कोई तारीफ कर दिया, you become flattered. If somebody does good to you, हम खुश रहते हैं. Somebody does bad to you, हम दुखी हो जाते हैं. किसी का जन्म हुआ तो हम खुश रहते हैं. किसी की मौत हुई तो हम दुखी हो जाते हैं. विदाई हुई तो रोना जरूरी है. कौन सिखाता है ये सब? Who teaches all this? This is, we are just acting like बोलते हैं ना कि preconditioned है, हम preconditioned है to respond. And that's like giving away your power in them. And you are like बोलते हैं ना कि that law of pure potentiality again from the book, that there are बोलते हैं ना कि you live in a pool of infinity. Every waking moment you have infinite choices, and how powerful is that? You can do what you want, you can be what you want, you can think what you want, you can speak what you want, you can do what you want. What else do you want in life as human beings? Hmm? Why are we like बोलते हैं ना कि so much attached to the outcome that we forget that our choices will lead to the outcome? Why are we so much attached to the past, what actions we have done, rather than so that we never don't ever think of transmuting that how can we use this in that experience for our own good? That why this is happening? Just because of our conditioning. So let's sit on the mat, let's close our eyes. Come. You can remove your spectacles if you want. आंखें बंद कर लीजिए. And just let's release all the baggage that we have carrying for so many years, consciously, unconsciously. आंखें बंद कर लीजिए सर. You can remove your spectacles if you want. Just be very comfortable wherever you are, either on a chair or take any meditative posture of your choice, Sukhasan, Padmasan, Vajrasan, whatever is comfortable for you. Keep your back comfortably erect, your chin parallel to ground. Just inhale deeply once and exhale from the mouth. Once again, inhale and deeply exhale from your mouth. One last time, inhale and exhale. Let's start our practice with forgiveness. Let's ask for forgiveness from the universe that whatever actions we have done till now, whether consciously, whether unconsciously, we take total responsibility for our actions, for our thoughts, whatever we said to someone, whether it were out of ignorance or knowledge. I am responsible for my past actions. I release my past karmas by taking responsibility. I unconditionally ask for forgiveness for my choices. Just stay with this thought for a few seconds. Whether you want to ask for forgiveness from a person, if anything comes to your mind, or whether you want to forgive someone for the wrong anybody has done to you. Just release the baggage that you have been carrying for so many years, decades, months, weeks. Either ask for forgiveness or forgive someone. We will do Om chanting 3 times. Inhale. Inhale. One last time. Inhale. Just experience the vibrations the lightness that you feel after this forgiveness practice. Let's bring our attention to the present moment. Let's accept this moment, which is there in front of us, is perfect. Just witness your breath. Witness every movement that happens with each breath. Just take every breath consciously. Do not try to control the breath. Just become aware. Take responsibility for your own life. Taking responsibility for the choices that you make every living moment, so that so that any choice that you make, you are aware of the consequence of that choice, consequence of that action. Whether that choice is giving you a feeling of comfort or discomfort, whether the choice is bringing happiness to you and those around you, whether the choice that you are making, the life that you are living, is effortless or not, whether the choice that you are making is out of knowledge or ignorance. And dedicate each and every choice that you make to the Supreme. We again do Om chanting 3 times. Inhale. 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 Just experience the divinity within you. In this moment of silence, when you have released your past baggage by taking responsibility for your choices and dedicating every thought, every word, every action to the Supreme, you become one with a universal consciousness. You dissolve the pool of divinity. You become pure, perfect, infinite. You become complete, perfect. Continue sitting with your eyes closed for a few more seconds. Just place your right hand near your heart chakra and make this listen to your heart. Whatever you do in your life, ask for guidance from your heart, because this knows what is to be done, what is to be avoided. And release your hands now. We start our session with a prayer. So join your palms in Namaste at the center of your chest. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते शान्ति शान्तिः Very slowly and gently rub your palms. Rub your eyes. Start blinking your eyes in the hollow part of your hand. Gently open your eyes. Good morning. Just lie down on the mat. Let's start with our exercises.